Okay, let's see. Oh, do I have to be this way? Okay. All right. So, hey everybody. Um, this is my first tutorial video, so you guys be patient with me. I pretty much wanted to teach you guys how I ship from home personally, and y'all know I'm pregnant, so I'm gonna eat my watermelon during the class. I'm gonna drink my juice, and if I have to take a break, go to the restroom, I'm gonna do that too. Let me get to my notes. First off, I wanted to introduce myself for y'all that don't know. My name is Randi Rossario. I am an author. I own My Self Care Box, which is a skincare line. I'm a life coach. I'm a wife, and I'm a soon-to-be mom. Again, well, this is my first biological baby, but yeah, my bonus babies count too. Um, I started shipping from home about a year ago. Initially, when I first put out my first book, I was, packaging my stuff at home and then taking it to the post office. And one of the post office employees was like, "You might as well just do this from the house." And I'm like, "Well, that shit sound hard. I don't know how I'm gonna do this from the house." But it turns out it's really not that hard. The main things that I found out I needed was a regular printer. I don't have a label printer. I have a regular printer, and I'll show you guys more about that in a second. Obviously, I use my laptop, but if you have a Bluetooth printer, you probably could use your phone or your iPad. I don't get all into all of that yet, but I'm pretty sure it's just as easy because you can access the PayPal app from your iPad or from your iPhone or your Android phone, whatever smartphone you have. And you'll also need a scale. Now, my scale is smaller, but you can get this size scale or larger on Amazon. I'll send you guys, if everyone wants to message me or email me at randy@osoradio.com afterwards, I can send you guys a link to all of the things that I have and the products that I recommend. Okay. So far, so good. Let me get that out the way. I started to ship from home for numerous reasons, especially during this pandemic. You don't want to be in and out of the house if you don't have to be. Also, it's cheaper to ship from home. Depending on the platform you're using, depending on the way you're doing it, it can be a lot cheaper. I know that when I send my mask out and I send it from the post office directly, it's actually a lot more expensive than when I do it from the house. So I'm just gonna log into my PayPal real quick. I can't show you guys my screens because I have client messages on there. Randi, RANDI at ohsoradio.com. That's Randi at osoradio.com. So I can't show you guys my screens exactly, but what I can do is talk you through everything. That's the wrong password. Of course it is. The passwords are either my son or my nephew and crazy numbers. So, like I said, you'll need your smart device or your laptop, a scale. You'll need labels. These are the sheet labels that have 2 labels on each one. And you'll also need, obviously, packaging. Whatever you're going to be using to package your products. If you're going to be using USPS, you can get packaging from them. And you can also have your own packaging. Now, we'll talk about the difference between Priority Express and your own packaging, which usually can be first class mail or Priority Express and things like that or whatever. We'll get into that later on. My online store is set up through Shopify. I feel like Shopify is literally one of the best platforms you can use because it has so many different apps that you can integrate to actually make it useful and easy. Wix is a really good platform as well, and they're really stepping their game up. Over the past couple of years, Wix has really stepped it up. Shopify starts at $29 per month. Me personally, I pay $40 a month for Shopify, but that's because of the different add-ons that I have. And I have it integrated onto my Good Day Goals app. So that's another fee for like $10 a month or something like that. Wix starts at $23 per month. But like I said, one of my favorite things about Shopify, and Wix probably has this now, but I left that platform. Pardon me. One of my favorite things is the way that, like, with I use a website called Printful to print these shirts and a couple of my other products. I don't have to deal with that. Like they have an app where you can set up where everything is fulfilled, you know, as soon as it's paid and things like that or whatever. So that's just easy for me. Wix is another platform that you can use to host your store. So you could use like Shopify, Wix, Square, and stuff like that. In my opinion, Shopify and Wix are the best ones. I've used a lot of different platforms, but Shopify and Wix have been the most beneficial for me personally, with Shopify being number one. Okay, so like I said, Wix has really stepped up their game, but they're still not on in my opinion, on Shopify level. Now, the cool thing about Shopify is as you're setting up your products and you're setting up your store, it allows you. Shopify starts at $29 a month and Wix starts at $23 a month. As you're setting up your store, it allows you to input numerous things, and it can be beneficial for when you're doing your shipping by weight and you're calculating your shipping by weight. You can do a flat rate for your shipping, or you can calculate your shipping by weight and you can figure out how much your shipping is going to be that way. For me personally, I just started to go over to shipping by weight opposed to a flat rate. Usually it's like, okay, if I spend a certain dollar amount with you, shipping is going to be a certain amount, because you know that if someone, like for me personally, I know that if someone's spending like $60, they're probably getting a extra large self-care bundle from my website, and I'm probably going to have to use a Priority Mail Express box. These cost like $13.20 to ship. So my flat rate will probably be about $10, and I'll eat up the cost of that $3.20 because it's somewhere in my profits. Now, when it comes to all that, so I'm not the best business person. I just know that my business is profitable. So knowing your product weights is very important. The other cool thing too about using these priority mail packages is it's pretty much is if it fits, it ships. You can't go over 4 pounds, I think, in the envelope, in the padded envelope. But if it fits in the box or it fits in the envelope, it can ship. So that's pretty cool. USPS has been slipping a little bit during the pandemic, but that's a whole nother story. And you got to be considerate because it is a pandemic going on. So back to inputting your products into your store if you're using Shopify. If you're using Shopify, the cool thing is it allows you to, and I'll take my phone down for this. Am I allowed to switch my camera around? Yeah, okay. So it allows you to put in the titles, a description, photos, price, cost, margins. The inventory is tracked by Shopify. We track quantity. You can also make it so you can continue to sell even when you're out of stock. The weight. And this is for if you're going to be allowing to do international shipping. So this is cool because it automatically, when you do international shipping, it kind of you have to do like a declaration. And that means that basically you have to say what's in the package. And when you have this set up, it allows you to pretty much already have that done. Like I have my stuff set up so it can be internationally shipped. And then it shows you what your search engine listing looks like. And you can, if you're into SEO and whatnot, you can adjust that. And if you have different varieties of what you're doing, you can change it and things like that. My Shopify plan is the least expensive one, but like I said, I have add-ons, so it can be it's end up being more expensive. It ends up being like about $40 a month. Okay. The other cool thing about Shopify is it allows you to add different collections. Like on my website personally, I have 4 different collections. I have my Good Day Goals collection, which are all of my books. I have my self-care box collection. I have my clothing, and I think I have one more. Maybe I just have 3 collections. I don't know. But you also can put services on there too. So if you wanted to say like, okay, life coach session, $50 per hour, that could go through, and then you could set up your actual appointments and whatnot. And they have different apps that you can add. Like Shopify has review apps. Like you can leave a review on my website. If you have a digital product, that's a whole different type of setup. It's the same setup, but you have to have an app that you add into it, and you can allow for automatic fulfillment. That way, once it's purchased, you don't have to do anything else. That's how you make money in your sleep. You allow that digital product to be fulfilled, basically while you're sleeping. And you do that by setting it up through the app. So if you buy a, one second, my back's starting to bother me. If you purchase a Shopify is where it's at, seriously. If you purchase one of my books digitally, it's automatically sent to you and fulfilled. So if you ever purchase a book from me and you're like, well, it didn't come in the mail, or I didn't get this, or I didn't get that, it's because you didn't review the receipt and you didn't review the download links. The download links are sent to you immediately, automatically to either the email address that you submit or the phone number. I advise you make it so your customers have to submit a phone number and an email address when it comes to fulfilling all of their information, because as much contact information you can get as possible when it comes to marketing to them and whatnot, it's better. Okay, so once you have all of your all of your products into your store and whatnot, it's time to set up your shipping. And the cool thing about Shopify too, I know y'all keep telling y'all cool stuff about Shopify, because Shopify is just so dope to me. The cool thing is, as you're going to fulfill orders and you're checking out, it's going to bring up different fulfillment services. So it's going to bring up USPS, it's going to bring up UPS, and whichever is least expensive for you, you have the option of buying that label at that point in time. I always use USPS because it's just good for me. That's just what works. That's what I know. That's what I'm comfortable with. But all of my products aren't necessarily sold through Shopify. Like when I started selling my masks, I didn't put them on my website. I had people actually contacting me. So when it comes to fulfillment on Shopify, like I said, as soon as you're going to fulfill the order, let me see if I can do something real quick without showing y'all people business. Oh, I have a few orders to fulfill. I have 2, 4, 6 orders to fulfill. Okay. Who knew? Let's get to it. So I have one order that's $27, right? That order is one of the 7-day foot detoxes. So I can go to create shipping label. And the other cool thing too about Shopify is it gives you a timeline. So it tells me what time and what day the order was placed. It tells you how much it was. The order confirmation was sent to the person via email. If I wanted to send that order confirmation again, I could resend that same email. But I also can go to purchase shipping label. So it's like create shipping label. And it shows you what orders are fulfilled and what orders are unfulfilled, which can help keep you on track and keep you focused and whatnot. So you go to create shipping label, and like I said, I'm sorry I can't show you guys my screens because these are customers that I have personally and I don't want to show their information. Now this is something that I did not know, but I just see it. UPS does not fulfill from stores on Shopify to PO boxes. So that's really good to know. So currently what pops up is this customer paid $5.50 for light packaging. Shopify can be confusing. You have to take your time. You really have to take your time. And if you have any questions, the cool thing too is if you contact Shopify, they will literally talk you through everything, like everything. I don't do drop shipping. Everything that I sell, I have myself here at home. I make it, or it's my books. I take that back. I do drop shipping when it comes to my shirts, my mugs, and things like that. I don't do these myself. I use a company called Printful, and that's an app that you can add onto the Shopify. Now, back to shipping. It says this person paid $5.50 for light shipping. Remember, I told you guys, oh, pardon me. Excuse me. We'll get into that afterwards. If you guys have questions, let's save them until the end so I can stay on track and keep going with the flow of my notes and stuff, please. remember I told you guys that I used to go off based on what was the total opposed to the weight of the actual package. So, but now I go based off of the weight. So now they paid for light shipping because the product is a light product. So I have different options. I can do USPS first class packaging for $321. I can do USPS priority mail for $702. I can do USPS Priority Mail Express for $22.75. I can do USPS Media Mail for $280, or I can do USPS Parcel Select Ground for $692. Now, it's going to make most sense to do first class shipping because it's 2 business days. And I'll get into media mail too. Media mail is strictly for books and magazines. It cannot have advertisements. It cannot have anything like that. I use media mail shipping to do all of my books. Usually media mail is going to be the least expensive that you're going to see on there, but you can only use it for books. It can't have any advertisements or anything like that. USPS first class packaging, that works. It says 2 business days. That will cost me $321 to ship to that person. So it's like, that makes sense to me. That's what we're going to use. So we wouldn't use, this is a priority mail envelope. We would not use this. We would use one of our in-house packages, which would either be this one or this one. They're pretty much the same, only one's a little bit smaller. You're going to print it off in your printer. You're going to make sure your labels are faced up. And the best way to make sure of that is, do a little test to make sure that the label comes up a little bit. And that's how you know that it's actually faced up and not face down. Because sometimes I mess up and do that. I'll print a label on the back side and then I end up having to reprint it. So you want to make sure your labels are faced up. And then you're going to click buy shipping label, buy one shipping label. And you're going to print that label. When you print that label, you're going to put it on your package, seal your package up, and wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. That's going to be that's going to be how you ship that off. Shopify, like I said, it can be a little bit overwhelming initially, but if you reach out and you do your research on the actual Shopify website, they have a lot of information that educates you. And if you just need help setting it up, they have people that's literally there 24/7 to help you set it up, and they will do their job. They go above and beyond. One thing that I find useful is when it comes to shipping and my labels is I'll let all of them run out on one side and then I'll just flip them. So if you notice, these are 2 different colors white. That's because this isn't labels anymore. This is just regular paper. These are labels. So now I'll put these into the printer like this and let all of these print. So I'll use up this side and then I'll flip them over and use this side. It's easier when keeping up and things like that or whatever. Just little tricks and tips that I've learned. Also, I don't care if it's fragile. I don't care if it's not fragile. I don't care if it could be like the hardest thing in the world. I put fragile stickers on everything. On every single thing, I put fragile stickers on. Okay? Everything. Every single thing. With the exception of media mail. I don't put fragile stickers on media mail because I feel like if I did that, they'd be like, girl, what kind of book is this? I put fragile stickers on everything. And if I have a box that I'm using or like a priority mail box, I'll wrap it with fragile tape because I just like to make sure my products are being taken care of. Yes, in the beginning I said I use a regular printer. But if you guys save your questions until the end, it won't be so distracting for me that pops up on the screen. Regular printer. I don't use a shipping label printer, especially because right now during the pandemic, a lot of people don't have extra money to buy a shipping label printer. Some people already have regular printers at home. Some people have kids and they have to print off worksheets and things like that. So go ahead and use that regular printer, or get a regular printer and use that because you can use it for multiple things. A shipping label printer you can only use for shipping labels and printing up your fulfillment sheet, like what's actually in the package. Like if you, I don't know if you guys do that or not, but when you guys are shipping, you can, you know how when you get a package and it's like you open up the box and it's like a paper that says what's in it. You can use your shipping labels to actually do that as well. Um, let's see. Like I said, when it comes to the labels, you want to, I was told by the post office, oops. So just get your own fragile stickers. If that's the case, I don't know. I don't go to the post office because the post office pisses me off. Honestly. One second, I'm trying to make the chat disappear. There we go. But like I was saying, you want to put your labels in face up and you're going to feed it into the printer this way. And like I said, I use all of one side and then I switch sides. So I use all of these, and then I switch it to these. So it probably, I was like this first and then I switched it to be like this, if that makes sense. And honestly, that's it. And you repeat that process with all of your orders until you're done. Now, if you're someone that does not allow shipping through your website, or you might have a product that you sold separately, like for example, when I did with my mask, I didn't put them on our website initially. I was like, y'all DM me because that's gonna be that. I'll show you guys how to fulfill those as well. And I can actually show you the screen on that one. So you're gonna need PayPal. I know some people don't like PayPal, but let me tell you, PayPal is my BFF. I have, in the past, I used to lose cases with them. But more recently, because I cover my ass, PayPal works in my benefit. The cool thing about Shopify is they can work hand in hand with PayPal. So if someone makes a purchase, it can show you the location that it made the purchase from. You usually have buyer protection, seller protection, and things like that. But PayPal also will utilize that, and it'll go hand in hand. So that works out great in your benefit. When you have PayPal, I have a business PayPal account. So when I log in, you're going to see your recent activity, and you're going to scroll all the way down to, it's going to say you have orders ready to ship. And you're going to go to, and that's if you have your websites linked. I have my PayPal linked to my Shopify. So I don't use PayPal to fulfill my orders. I use Shopify to fulfill my orders because I just found it to be easier. So if someone tries to do like a claim through PayPal, I will have to call them and I would give them the tracking information through Shopify. And if you have a tracking number and the mail says delivered to that address, PayPal will give you your money back. PayPal protects you too. Like PayPal just don't be on some BS. Trust me, they will give you your money back. So like I was saying, you want to go down to print labels in bulk, and you're gonna click that. And now I can start showing you guys the screen. Well, one second. And then on the right-hand side of your screen is going to say create shipment. You're going to click that. So now we're at create new shipment. You're going to see today's date. You can input an order number, quantity, item name. Being honest with you guys, I skip over all of that. And I go straight to changing the address to my office address. And I'll input customer name. So I'll put, let's say, I don't know, I just made up a name. And then let's say I wanted to do, I'll do my childhood address, 6174 University, Detroit, Michigan. Get this out of here. 48224. So you're going to input all of the customer's information. This is literally all made up. University, Detroit, Michigan, 48224. And then you're going to go to continue. And you're going to add shipping information. Now, the cool thing about PayPal is, like I said, they only work with USPS. You can use Priority Mail Express, Parcel Express, Media Mail, or First Class Parcel service. You'll see the different times. Priority Mail is 1 to 3 days. 1 to 3 days. Mail Express is 1 to 3 days. This one is 2 to 9. Media Mail is 2 to 9. First Class is 2 to 5. Now, when I'm usually shipping through this, I usually use First Class Mail, and that's because it's easiest. All you have to do is weigh the package. You can change it from large package to package/thick envelope. It's really up to you what you desire to do. You weigh it and you can put the ounces in here. So let's say I said it's 4 ounces. If I wanted to make a shipment for this seriously, you can, I'm sorry, before we even get there, you can, if it's an irregular size package, you can do that. If you want, tracking's already included. If you wanted it to be a signature upon delivery, which can be very annoying for the client and customer, but it can help you out, you can do that for an additional 260, which honestly is going to end up being more than what this package is sending for. Well, about the same. This package will probably cost me about 274 to send. So about the same. Display posters on label, I always uncheck that because it's not anyone's business how much it costs. And if you want to add insurance to it, you can do that. Honestly, more often than not, I don't add insurance to it, only because I have great experiences with UPS. And let me knock on wood. But if they do lose a package, they have to pay you for that package. And that's just that. Besides that, what's going to happen? It's going to get returned to you. What's going to happen? And honestly, starting a claim with them is probably going to be hard anyway. So it's like, why even pay that extra money? So at that point, I will hit create shipment. And after you hit create shipment, it's going to take you to a screen and it's going to pop up where you can pay for it. It's going to allow you to pay for it through your credit card, through your PayPal account, or whatever card you have attached to your PayPal. And from there, it's going to be similar to Shopify, where it allows you just to just ship. It allows you to print the label off, and you can print it off and you can tag it up. Now, if you do something like Priority Mail or Priority Mail Express, it's going to be a little bit more expensive, and you have to use the packages provided by the USPS service, like the post office pretty much. The cool thing too about the post office is you can go on USPS.com and you can get all of this stuff for free. And they'll even deliver it to your house. So these work out great, but the priority mail is more expensive when it comes to actually shipping. So it really is going to end up depending on what you want to do, what's more comfortable for you, what's your groove with it. For me personally, depending on the package, sometimes like some of my packages, like my self-care boxes, my extra large self-care boxes and things like that are always shipped with priority mail. But like my books, those are shipped through media mail. My smaller packages are usually packaged in one of my folders, which is just like the priority ones. They have the bubble inside and whatnot. And like I said, I label it with the fragile sticker. From there, the shipment is ready. And you just literally repeat the process and repeat the process. Isn't first class up to 1 pound? I don't believe so. How do we get the free packaging again? You go to USPS.com and they will... I don't think first class is only 1 pound. If that was the case, I think that, yeah, I don't think so. It could be though. You could absolutely be right on that, but I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. You go to USPS.com and you go to, actually I can talk you right through it. USPS.com and you're gonna go to postal store, which is the 1, 2, 3, the fourth tab over, and you're going to go to shipping supplies. when you go to shipping supplies, it's going to bring up a whole plethora of stuff. Like, you're going to have so much stuff. So you're going to know, you're going to need to know what you're looking for. And you can get a test run with this by going to the post office and seeing which products you need and things like that. Like, I would go to the post office and take you can use flat rate boxes. What do you mean? I would go to the post office and I would take like one of each things and try different packagings to see what works for you. And then I would order that online. Like, they have different things, like you can have a military care kit, a dual use priority express mailbox, mailbox, yeah, not mailbox, but express box. Um, they have scales as well that you can use, and you can buy a scale from USPS that goes up to 330 pounds for $73. Um, they have medium mailbox, I mean, medium size priority mail, medium flat rate boxes, DB boxes and all that. So yeah, make sure you kind of get a practice run in and see what works. But remember, if you are shipping first class, you cannot use a priority mail box. You have to use your own boxes. If it's not a priority mail sticker, you cannot use a priority mail box or package. You have to use your own package. Unless, now, this is where it gets funny. If you use UPS and you cover up, like if you had like some brown tape, like if you cover up most of the the words and whatnot on the boxes, then you can use the boxes. But to me, it just doesn't look as good when it's getting to your clients. I ordered something from someone recently and they did that, and I was just like, girl, get it how you live, honey. If that's what you got to do to get it over, then do what you got to do. But yeah, check it out. You guys can get get all of that for free, and they will actually deliver it to your home. Now, speaking of delivering to your home, I want to talk to you guys about having USPS come pick up your products, because that's another big thing. Because it's like, well, if I ain't got to go to this post office, I'm not going to the post office. Now, in the same way on their website where you can go buy stuff or get shipping supplies for free, because these are free. The priority mail express stuff, all of this is free. They don't charge you for that. Now, you can only order it in certain quantities, but it's free. The same way you do that, you're going to go to a postal store to order the products. For what I'm about to talk to you about, which is scheduling a pickup, you're going to go to mail and ship. Mail and ship. And if you go 4 down, you're going to go to schedule a pickup. Now, scheduling a pickup is very easy. You're going to input all of your information, your name, your address, your city, your state, your phone number, your email, and it's going to say check availability. Now, when you do that, if it is like today, I can't schedule a pickup for today because it's 12:34 in the afternoon. I can schedule it for tomorrow, and tomorrow they can pick it up, but they're not going to do that today. And it's going to be free. But if you want to pay for it today, they will probably come do it today for $24. To me personally, it's not worth it. If you plan out your stuff properly and you plan out your days properly and you plan out your packaging and your shipping properly, you can know a day ahead of time that you need to have them come pick it up. Save your $24 and use it on some actual products and whatnot. They'll come pick it up. You have to let them know how many packages you have and about the weight. I think once it gets to 75 pounds, they say they won't pick up anything beyond 75 pounds. But I think your package has got to add, you gotta have some shit you sending off if it equal to 75 pounds. My baby loves watermelon. I'm sorry, I can't help it. I'm so sorry. But yeah, they will come pick it up. You have to just know how many packages you're scheduling for and things like that. Now, recently, when I was sending out my mask in the beginning, I had like one day I had to send off literally like 170 orders, and that still wasn't 75 pounds. But what I found was that I think my mailman was overwhelmed, and when he picked them up, he didn't scan them into the system. So it kept saying pre-shipment, 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 waiting to arrive to the post office. And I'm freaking out like, well, who picked them up then? The good thing about that was when I opened up a case with USPS, the good thing was that I had the confirmation that my order had been picked up. So I feel like if I didn't have that confirmation that my order was picked up, I may have been screwed until they were able to update. And what I mean by that is when you're signing up for schedule a pickup, they ask you for your email address, your phone number, and all that. And you get a confirmation saying, "Hey, we received your order." And we also get a confirmation saying, "Hey, we picked up your order." So all of those 170 packages were picked up, and I got that notification. Worked on my benefit, worked on my behalf. Everybody ended up getting their order, but it kind of had me worried at first. I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to touch on with you guys and like really just kind of show you guys out the gate. If anyone has any questions or need a one-on-one class or, you know, some more tips, I don't have any problems with, you know, scheduling something with you guys. But I think that's pretty much it. What I will say in regards to making it more personal when you're sending off your packages, make sure you're adding some type of, you know, advertising for yourself. And usually on the, like I have like these where it's like the back is empty. I'll write a thank you card on this. Like I'll write like a little thank you note. Like, hey, I appreciate the order. I hope you can chill for a little while and enjoy the products and things like that. So appreciate your clients, show them appreciation. If you can give them something for free, I'll throw some candy inside the package. They love it. If you can, when you're writing your little thank you message out, ask them to write a review on your website so they know that they have that option and things like that. I think it's very beneficial. But besides that, if you guys have any questions, now we can answer questions. If y'all have any, I think I might have touched on everything. Do you suggest getting a P.O. box? When I first started, I had the from my address and my home address. I definitely suggest getting a P.O. box. I would never give anybody my home address, ever. Ever, ever, ever. I use my office address for everything. I use my office address literally for everything. Absolutely. When you ship by weight, it definitely does. I'm in Detroit, so if I'm shipping on honestly anything east of the Mississippi, it's usually like 274 when it comes to my mask. It's like 274. If I'm shipping on the west side of the Mississippi, like to Texas or LA, it's like 350. So yes, it definitely goes by weight. Can we reiterate first class packaging, first class mailing your own packaging? I think I've done that 3 times already. If you guys didn't take that note, then I think that might be a little bit on you. If you have first class mail, you have to use your own packaging. How do you calculate the difference between state into your shipping prices when the customer purchases? That's a good question. So I don't look to make profits off my shipping. And basically, I just like to make it so that my shipping cost is being covered. Like, that's my main thing. I profit off of my product. I don't profit off of my shipping. So, like I said, that's something that Shopify or PayPal will calculate for you, unless you're doing like a flat rate. But yeah, that's not something, I don't look to profit off of shipping usually. That's just not what I'm in business for, I guess. And especially because so many people are used to free shipping right now because of stuff like Amazon, or if you spend over a certain amount of money, it's all good. If you spend a certain amount of money, like that can be something that's free. Wix does. I think Wix does as well. I think that you could utilize the same thing with Wix. But like I said, I left Wix. Wix is like Shopify's little cousin. But yes, if it's first class mail, you guys have to use your own package. Do not try to ship something first class in a priority mail package, because then people at the post office will hoe you, and you will be in your feelings about it because they always get attitudes. What do I do if a package was sent almost 2 weeks ago and the customer has not gotten it still? I have the receipt, but there is no tracking on it. How does, that sucks. Well, if you sent it through USPS, um, it's them not having it right now is highly likely because during this pandemic they've been set back. But let me tell you how you have to learn for the future. You have to know your client's tracking number. Period. If you have the receipt, the tracking number is on the receipt. But for the future, you need to know all of your clients' tracking information, period. And you need to give that client that tracking information immediately. With me personally, I tell my clients, if, yeah, the receipts all have tracking numbers on it, if it's USPS. With me personally, I'll tell my clients, like, check back in 24 hours for your tracking number. But that's if I'm doing a one-on-one, like how you have to go through PayPal to do it. I'll tell them that. But if it's through Shopify, Shopify is going to give them all of that. They're gonna give them all of this. They're going to get notifications when it's shipping, when it's on the truck. They're going to get updates and all type of good notifications. And you even have apps that you can add on Shopify that tells them, like, how when you get a message from Amazon that says, like, oh, your package is 10 stops away. They have apps on Shopify that you can use for the same exact thing. Alex, yeah, you just look more into your specific platform. With Wix, that's not the platform that I use, so that's honestly not the one that I'm most knowledgeable in. Shopify is. Oh, yes, honey. I would not suggest that at all. It gets very overwhelming having to hand send every single person a tracking number. Yeah, no. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. But yes, Simone, what you could do is you can open up a case with USPS, contact them, and maybe give them your receipt information and whatnot. Send me a picture of it via text. Send me a picture of it. And another thing, when you're going through something like that and you have a client that's being like kind of irate, and they're like, well, I've been waiting 2 weeks, and remember to keep your cool. Remember to, because I know how annoying it can be. People be thinking because they spend money with you, they can talk to you any kind of way. But remember that them spending money with you is a privilege. And recently I had to deal with someone that, even when I responded to her, she thought I was being a smartass. Like, I was just like, if you review our initial conversation, it said that your package would be shipped out between Wednesday and Friday, and da 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 da. And she's like, ain't no need to get smart. And I was just like, but I wasn't getting smart. I was really trying to be informative for you. So just make sure you are staying on top of your P's and Q's and being as nice as possible from your end. Like, I really wasn't being a smartass. I'm like, no, you just, because you're kind of coming at me kind of hard and saying, like, I didn't send something. But if you look at our original conversation, it says that it would be sent within this time frame, and I sent it. Just ask. But yeah, if you use Shopify, it's going to send the tracking information and all that stuff. You guys have any other questions? Well, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm happy that I can help you guys. If y'all have any other questions, y'all hit me up. If y'all need a one-on-one, we can schedule that. I'm just happy I could help. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for the well wishes. If you haven't already, yeah, I can give you that. I use Digital Downloader, and that's what I use to fulfill my digital products. I use Judge.me product reviews, which is how people can leave reviews of my products. And I use Printful print on demand. And that's what I use. You have to have a Printful store, but that's what I use to fulfill my t-shirt orders, my mug orders, hoodies and things like that, which I will be introducing more. You just have to make sure it's set up to an account that actually that the funds go to. So like, let's say you have a YouTube account. I mean, not a YouTube, a PayPal account. You want to make sure that account is set up so when it's automatically filled, it's coming out of that account. Let's see. It says, is it hard to connect your PayPal to Shopify? Absolutely not. It's not. No, not at all. Very easy. Very simple. Yes. Printful, print on demand. And you guys, please follow up with me. Like, I want to know your business. I want to know what your businesses are. I want to know what your businesses are about and all that good stuff. So follow up with me, please. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for y'all time. I know a lot of you guys probably follow me on Instagram and whatnot, so y'all cousins. If you guys want to come to Baby Pieces Digital Baby Shower, click the link in my bio so you guys can get your RSVP on. I appreciate you guys for tuning into my first class. I feel excited that I finally got my first class, my first digital class on. I hope it was as informative for you as I wanted it to be. And yeah, if you guys have any other questions, just hit me up. Shoot me an email, shoot me a DM, all that good stuff. All right. Love you guys so much. Think about it. Good day.